Well, distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to thank Sasakawa and RUSI for putting on this great conference. I'm delighted to be here. In fact, I'm delighted to survive last night because unfortunately I ate something yesterday that caused me to be very ill through the night. So today, this is the first speech where I'm actually not so concerned about a member of the audience falling asleep. I'm actually concerned during my panel event that I may fall asleep. Now, cooperating for defence equipment is not a new concept. The United Kingdom has been cooperating internationally for 3 generations. It is in our DNA to collaborate and share technologies into equitable partnerships. Whilst collaboration is often driven by shorter-term affordability challenges, the United Kingdom first started collaborating to address the military and industrial strength of the Soviet Union, which spent up to 25% of its national wealth on its military. But it delivers long-term benefit through continuing access to global markets. If we take the Eurofighter Typhoon as an example, a partnership between Germany, Italy, Spain and the United Kingdom, this program was born out of an alignment between the required operational capabilities of the countries and alignment of the research programs that defence industries were reluctant to invest in further when individual governments were finding it increasingly difficult to afford. So whilst there is no fixed formula that takes collaboration from similar intentions on each side to a joint program, the British community is the world's leader when it comes to taking bold commitments. To summarise into a few sentences a decade of multinational engagement is a challenge, but the Eurofighter Typhoon program was born out of the gradual alignment of government requirements guided by the evolution of collaborative research development programs. It started in the late 70s with a European collaborative fighter program involving Britain and Germany. Then the European combat aircraft program, additionally including the French. Then the agile combat aircraft from the Panavia partners, Germany, Italy and UK, who had come together a decade earlier to design and develop the Tornado aircraft. Later, Germany, France, UK, Italy and Spain launched the future European fighter aircraft program, and with the withdrawal of France and its industry, the Eurofighter Consortium was born. The tasks of developing and producing the most advanced swing-roll fighter depends upon building strong partnerships in government, industries and the end user, the air forces worldwide. In addition to serving the needs of the air forces of the Eurofighter partner nations in Germany, Italy, Spain and the UK, Eurofighter has achieved export success with Austria, Saudi Arabia and Oman. In contrast, having withdrawn from the European consortium, the French went on to develop the Rafale without being able to share development burden with the resultant product currently only serving French needs, with only 1/5 of the orders when compared with the Eurofighter's global success. And this perfectly illustrates a benefit of being in partnership is to access global markets. The United Kingdom is not limited to cooperating with European partners. The United Kingdom is a key partner on the Joint Strike Fighter program with the United States and 7 other cooperative program partners. The F-35, developed by Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman and BAE Systems, became the selected solution, once again following an evolution of a number of research programs and a convergence of requirements between governments and services in the 2 decades leading up to the decision to proceed with the JSF program. The F-35 is the largest defence program in the world, and though the United Kingdom's versatile ability to partner, it ensures a level of participation beyond that of other cooperative program partners. The UK's involvement will generate billions of pounds, tens of thousands of jobs for the British economy for decades to come, with over 500 suppliers across the UK already contributing to the production of the F-35 aircraft. And together they will produce 15% of each one of the more than 3,100 F-35s planned for the global fleet. Now, fighter aircraft, however, are delivered through incredibly complex programs that take a generation to mature. So let's take a look at the guided weapons industry. Now, the United Kingdom's guided weapons industry has evolved through collaboration to remain a world leader, matched in size and structure to the global demands, yet ensuring the maintenance of the required sovereign capabilities. Collaboration in guided weapons has been around for 50 years, and early collaborations were generally successful as bilateral arrangements, such as Martel between the United Kingdom and France, were implemented with sensible divisions of work. By contrast, later programs were less successful, especially when it came to multilateral collaboration. Programs like ASRAM and TRIGAT were set up with work share having to balance cost share, leading to illogical choices when splitting subsystems between countries and companies. Coupled with management by joint program officers lacking comprehensive national support and a management JV set up by industry with limited resource and lacking the ability to manage risk, it was unsurprising that ultimately, after some wasting of money, these programs reverted to being national programs only. But both the industries and government concerned have learnt the lessons of those failures. And as an example, Storm Shadow, as it's known in the UK, was a common solution to separate but harmonised requirements, managed by MBDA as a single program but with separate contracts. The resulting missile was delivered on schedule for operational use in Iraq in 2003. Meteor, the Beyond Visual Range air-to-air missile, is an excellent example of international collaboration at its best. It is a six-nation program involving France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Sweden and the United Kingdom. In this case, the lead nation, the UK, has established a multinational IPT to manage the program against a specification agreed by all six nations for a 21st century missile. There is a single prime contractor, MBDA, responsible for program and management risk and delivery of the system to meet the requirements. It has established a joint systems team with members from MBDA, Saab Bofors Dynamics and Inmise to define the solution. Workshare is managed, but delivering a world-beating product on time and on cost dominates all key decisions. Both industry and the IPT have managed the issues in a flexible manner, with the result that the weapon is on track to enter service in 2014. The result is a weapon that delivers capability and interoperability at a price the United Kingdom can afford. So we've reviewed examples of the United Kingdom's experience in international defence collaboration, establishing British credentials as a partner that knows how to collaborate, including learning the valuable lessons of less successful collaborations. When we heard from Richard just now, we heard in some detail about two of the factors that are necessary for successful collaboration, namely complementary industrial capability and agreement on the available market. In order to ensure the success and mutual economic viability of UK-Japan defence equipment cooperation, I would like to suggest two further factors: a consistent government requirement and a strategy to make technology available. So we heard in the examples earlier that a consistent government requirement was necessary before a cooperative program may start. And experience has shown that it is not a one-step process, but an iteration evolving government to government, business to business, and business to government. Whilst the UK-Japan Defence Equipment Cooperation Framework, signed in July, put in place the legal understanding that will enable joint research, development and production of defence equipment and facilitate closer relationships between British and Japanese defence industries, it is the United Kingdom's more general defence industrial strategy that places collaboration at the very heart, which will ultimately drive the successful development of the partnership, which needs to be triggered by a consistent requirement. The UK's defence industrial strategy, titled National Security Through Technology, sets out a commitment to, I quote, work with close allies to develop technology, equipment and support arrangements that meet mutual defence and security needs. Other key principles include a commitment to work closely with industry to ensure they have a full understanding of future requirements, to encourage investment in the development of appropriate and needed technologies. And a third key strand is to ensure that the setting of requirements considers future exportability right from the start, with the UK MOD committing to a flexible approach to programs, adjusting in accordance with considerations for the qualitative and quantitative benefits to be gained from collaboration's exports, underpinned by robust market analysis of customer requirements in the potential export markets, as we heard Richard discussing earlier. The UK government favours bilateral collaboration as they offer the best balance of advantages and disadvantages, as indeed we heard about earlier, and it is bilateral collaboration that we are aiming towards with Japan. But this cannot all be solved in policy. The onus is on industry to be globally competitive and continue to develop world-class capabilities, which leads me to the second point I wish to illustrate today. Maintaining competitiveness is ensured and successful collaborations are achieved when there is a commitment and strategy to make technology available. British industry recognises that free access to technology and the transfer of technology are crucial elements of developing lasting relationships. The export of technology is controlled by the UK government, of course, to ensure responsible distribution of capability and technology. But the UK recognises that openly sharing technology is a discriminator in achieving global sales, and in this way it has become a market leader. Earlier I spoke about ASRAM. An example is the successful sale into Australia, which was achieved not only based on its performance, but on the package which included the source code to allow the customer to make its own updates and modifications. And when it comes to the exploitation of publicly funded capability developments, UK government policy is that intellectual property rights rest with the developer, with industry, to actually encourage exploitation in the global market, another factor which gives Britain the edge as a partner of choice for international collaborations. So in conclusion, pulling together the themes today covered by Richard and myself, we believe a successful collaboration requires a consistent government requirement, complementary industrial capability, understanding the available market, and a strategy to make technology available. Collaboration is not difficult, and as British industry, we look forward to cooperating with our Japanese counterparts for our joint defensive needs and mutual benefits. Thank you for your attention.